guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my experience background acting for the very first time. I'm going to spill everything. I just won't be showing clips. But if you want to see the clips that I do have, I posted a video on my entire day and basically like the gist of how it went. So go watch that if you haven't already. So the very first thing I'm going to explain is how I got the job and where to find background jobs. I found that job on Facebook. Actually, my mom sent it to me. I was gonna say basically the application process is like, it wasn't even an application process. It said like need some extras for this day, COVID test this day, pays like this email, your name and height and like pictures of yourself to see like how you look, and they just like pick people. And to answer the question like where to find extra jobs, literally everyone I talked to at the job told me that they found it on Facebook too, and I was like, oh, so that's where you can find like all the extra jobs, right? Like just on Facebook. They're like, yeah, and they gave me like a few lists of names of the Facebook names that you can like follow, and they would be posting jobs. Sometimes they would have websites and you could sign up for newsletters, so you would get like emails just about jobs that are in Atlanta. And I'm talking about specifically in Atlanta. I'm not sure about California. Take what you will from this video. I'm sure you can put in like LA or Hollywood, wherever auditions are in California, on Facebook, and there should pop up some of them, but I just know some Atlanta casting things. On Facebook, there's Tailor Made casting, and then there's Hilton casting. And then one of my friends told me about Central casting, that she says she's on a TV series for that one. And yeah, if you just search up casting on Facebook, there should be a lot. But yeah, basically the only way I know how to find them like right now is just on Facebook. And I am talking about specifically background acting. I'm not sure about like speaking roles. I still haven't figured that one out. And so I don't know if I explained this in my other video that I had just pointed out about that background acting is a really last minute kind of thing. And that's what other people have told me too, that it's like really unpredictable. It can't really be a full-time job. I mean, I'm sure it can if you really tried, but also it's not like they're filming background things like every single day. So after the application process, I'm gonna like try and go in order of like things that I experienced and I found out and stuff. After the application process, they're like, okay, you're gonna get an email the day before the shoot, the filming day, and it's gonna have all this information on what you need to bring and what time it's gonna be. So I'm over here waiting and waiting. The filming day was on a Tuesday and it was Monday around like 6 o'clock, and I was like, oh, it's getting kind of late, like I kind of want to know. Then I think it was around 6:30, maybe 7. Like I constantly kept checking my email, and I got the email and they're like, shooting time is 5 a.m. Do not be late. So you could kind of guess how I was feeling. I had watched some like extra background actors YouTube videos. I probably only watched like one or two. I don't know. It was like a really last minute thing. I didn't mention this, but I applied for three different jobs and only one of them emailed me back. So yeah, after I found out what time it was gonna be, I was like, oh my gosh, let me count how many hours of sleep I need. I need to go to sleep by like 8 o'clock. At latest like 9. I was like 40 minutes away, 30 to 40 minutes away, because we were staying with a friend. Like normally I'm an hour and 40 minutes, almost 2 hours away from like Atlanta, and I was just thinking like I would have to wake up like at 1 or 2 a.m. just to get there on time. So yeah, I had to go to sleep like at 9 o'clock to wake up at, I think I woke up like at 3:40 to leave by like 4:15 to get there around 5. They're like, make sure to add extra time for like traffic and stuff. Literally, I fell asleep like at 10, almost 11 that night, and I was like, and mostly because I was like trying on clothes. Let me finish on what was on the email. So in the email, it was the time you're supposed to be there, the location. They're like, bring like 4 outfits, edgy, wear what you're gonna wear while filming, and just like all these rules like no filming, no phones, look clean, stuff like that. Although a lot of people had their phones, even crew members and everything like that. So I stayed up pretty late deciding on what to wear. I'm over here thinking that we're gonna have 4 different outfits. I guess they only told us that so the stylist people could have options and tell us what the best outfit it is for us to wear. I need to stop getting sidetracked and just go in order. After the email, I already said I was picking out clothes. I woke up. I was really paranoid on being late, so when I heard my alarm, I got up, went straight to the bathroom, washed my face, brushed my teeth, put in my contacts, did my makeup pretty quick. I had done my hair the night before, so that morning, I'm not sure if I did anything to my hair. I'm pretty sure I just like straightened the top and then made myself a smoothie and left. I had packed my bags the night before. I took like extra shoes. I took a portable charger. I had like my little backpack purse. So Harvey fell asleep literally the same time I did. He had to wake up the same time I did. Actually, no, I woke him up before I left because he said he didn't need to do anything anything. He just needs to wake up and go and take me and then come back and he can like go back to sleep. But I felt really bad for him. So I made a smoothie and then we left. 30-40 minute drive. We got to the location. I was just like following all cars and like where they were going, and where like I saw people and there was like people going into this like doors, these double doors. I'm like, okay, wish me luck. I'm nervous. Bye, I'll see you later. Got out of the car. I'm over here like really nervous. I have my clothes bag. I have my little purse. I have a jacket. It was like kind of cold in the morning, not really. So I go into these doors. First thing I see is this huge line of people waiting. There's like this table. There's like 2 people there having iPads or whatever, I guess checking people in. So I was just waiting in line. Then when it was my turn, they're like, okay, what's your name? Told them my name, the time I was supposed to be here. I said 5, and they're like, okay, go take a seat in the waiting room or something like that. And this waiting room, I think it was like a conference room. If I'm not like really explaining anything and you don't have like pictures in your mind, you can go watch my other video. So I sat there in the waiting area probably for like 30 minutes to an hour, just sitting there waiting because like everyone was like coming in and stuff. So after that, then someone came into our conference room. Everyone was like sitting social distancing, masks on, chairs were like 6 feet apart, whatever. Yeah, someone had come in to tell us you're gonna be checking in with wardrobe, makeup, and hair. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, who's a celebrity? Anyway, it was just like so weird to me because I was like, wardrobe, makeup, hair. Anyways, so yeah, he was like calling them by rows. He's like, okay, first row, your turn. Wait like 20 minutes because it's like a huge line and makeup's only like 2 people, you know, stuff like that. And then they called my row and they're like, leave your stuff here, just go in line. I go in line. Oh my gosh, I can't even think straight. They told us to take our stuff. Obviously, because our stuff is with our clothes and we needed to show our clothes to the wardrobe so they can pick out what outfit is better. So I'm in line with my bag. First place I was going to was wardrobe. They were kind of all in the same hallway. They didn't even have separate rooms. So like wardrobe was right here, makeup was right here, and then like hair was over here. So you had to go in the middle first and then go all the way over there. Yeah. So we're going to wardrobe. They just have like this table. They tell people to like show their outfits and they pick. They didn't care about hurting your feelings and it was really obvious. I was in line. I had like my jacket on. I've been told that my jacket is ugly before. I was in line. The 2 people, they look at me up and down and they're like, what do you think of her jacket? And one was a guy and one was the girl. And the girl was like, get rid of it. He comes up to me and he's like, are you gonna wear that jacket? I was like, oh, I was thinking of taking off the jacket. He's like, okay, let me see. And I took off the jacket. He's like, what do you think? The girl was like, I don't know. The guy went to the second table and she's like, go to him. And he's like, do you have any other outfits? And I was like, yeah. I show him like this dress. Doesn't say anything. And these boots? He's like, yeah, wear that. He's like, dressing rooms are over there. I was like, okay. They just have like these tents. Oh my gosh, it's like so scary because like these tents, like anybody can just like go in there, but like obviously I tried to zip it and stuff. Anyway, so on my way to the tents, one was like taken, so I was like waiting, and this girl in makeup, she's like, have you got your makeup checked? I was like, oh no, I'm waiting in line for the dressing room. And she's like, have you checked into makeup? Oh no, not yet. She's like, you're supposed to check into makeup. I was like, oh okay. She's like, let me see, pull your mask down. So I pull my mask down. She's like, do you have a lip color? I was like, no. She's like, I completely forgot what she said, but it was something like, nothing you can do about it now, or like, that's fine for now, or something like that. But yeah, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna wait for this one. I'm just gonna go find another tent. I start walking and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna get in line for hair since none of the tents are open. And this lady was actually really nice. The lady was like, let me see. And so I like turn and she gets some hairspray. She's like, you just need a little fixing up, like right here. Then I go to the tent to change. So yeah, after that, I went back to the conference room. Then they told us, okay, people who have checked into everything, stand over here. And it was like a line of people, but like shoulder to shoulder. They're like, okay, let me get your guys' pictures. I guess like just pictures of like how our hair and outfits look like. So that's when I met my first friend. I think she talked to me first. So I was like coming to be in the line. She's like, oh my gosh, I love your dress. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. I love your jacket. She's like, they gave me this jacket. They said my jacket was ugly and they told me to wear this one. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then we shared like stories about like the hair and makeup. So we're here getting our pictures taken. Then the crew people were like, all right, they're serving breakfast. Anyone who wants breakfast, they can go. So I started following the group of people. I was like, do you want to go to breakfast with me? She's like, yeah. We have to like exit the building and like walk across to like another tent. And there was like food area, basically like a buffet thing. So they have like styrofoam to-go plates and they like ask us what we want. And it was breakfast. And I'm a vegan. So there was like sausage and like biscuits and like stuff like that. So I just got everything that was vegan. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll get the oatmeal, gravy, and then I'll get fruit, and that's it. And they also told us that we couldn't eat inside, so we had to eat outside on like, there were like these concrete like walls, but they were like about our level, and then like landscaping over there, so like we ate on that little shelf thingy. Me and my friend were just like talking. She was talking about how this is her first time, and I was like, oh, it's my first time too. She's like, really? Because everyone I talk to here, like, it's not their first time, and like every time I tell them that it's my first time, they're like, what? And like she's just like meeting all these types of people, and I was like, really? Like, you're the first person I've talked to. She was talking about like one of her friends that she met, how he seems to like know what he's doing and he's really experienced. And I realized that you're gonna meet people like that where they're just like so cocky and they're like, yeah, like I've done this and that. After breakfast, went back to the holding place. We literally stayed there for almost like an hour. Anyways, people were telling us, they're like, okay, we're about to go, so go to the bathroom, you're gonna leave your stuff here, we're gonna come back. We're just going literally to the other side of the place that we were at to go to like the filming set, even though it wasn't a set, it was a public place. So me and my friend used the bathroom. Oh, before that I got a water. They were handing out waters, and I was like, yeah, I haven't drank water, so I'm gonna take one. I feel like this is what got me sick. So when we went to the bathroom, I left my water in there. I don't know, I was just distracted. Like, we were taking mirror selfies and stuff and just talking, and we met another friend in the bathroom. Okay, and I don't realize I left my water in there, so like we're in the bus. So after that, we were sitting in the holding area for like another 20 minutes, and they're like, okay, everyone, we're leaving. You cannot get on the bus without a face shield, so everyone grab a face shield. And they're like, leave your stuff here. But I took my little like book bag, so I took that, and thank goodness I did, because I wouldn't have had my phone for 9 hours. It wasn't even 9 hours, but it was a really long time. So we go into the bus, we drive over to the place. There were like cameras everywhere, backdrops, tons of people, tons of crew people. So then everyone is walking like past the prop. They take us to like this really dark, almost like a huge storage thing. It was almost like an empty store, but with no windows. So we go in there, everyone's already like, what the heck is this? That experienced person that we were talking about was in there, and he's like, this is unacceptable, all this stuff, whatever. And he's like, holding areas aren't supposed to be like this. This is a low budget, whatever. This is not a good first time, you know, stuff like that. And honestly, that wasn't really fun because there was like powder on the floor, so we couldn't like sit down or anything. We were standing for like 30 minutes, I think. And I was just like talking to like the other people around me, making more friends. And then like a few people came in there, and they're like, okay, let me take this group of people, go over here, they're gonna talk to you. And then this group of people come with me, this group of people go with her. They were like, okay, you three come over here, you're gonna be standing right here. You four, you're gonna walk over here, you're gonna walk from here to here. And they chose me and this other girl. They're like, okay, you guys stand by here and pretend you're talking. And so like we were just standing there making conversation for like I think 20 more minutes. And the actors came in, and the crew people were like explaining on what they were gonna do. They're like, okay, when this person does this, everyone look and acknowledge it, and when I yell background, that means background start moving. And then they filmed the scene. It's not like filming a scene like back to back. They're like, okay, background, everyone start moving, and then they're like action, and then the actors start, and they do like a quick 20-30 second scene, and then they're like, okay, cut. And then we wait for like 20 more minutes, or however long the crew takes. I don't even know what they were doing. I was like looking, I was like, what is taking so long? Like, what are they doing? What are they waiting on? I have no idea. I didn't see anybody doing anything, but I'm sure they were doing something. They were, I don't know. So they're like, okay, we're gonna roll again. They filmed the same scene, and it's just that repeated. Film the scene, you wait. Film the scene, you wait. And it's like that like 8 times. It's a lot of times. Like, my feet were hurting. It was like already hours, and it is a lot of waiting because someone had told me that it was a lot of waiting. So yeah, and then they sent us back to the holding place that we were earlier. It's just like there, it's like make us wait. If it's gonna take longer than like 30 minutes, then they just send us there. Then they tell us that we can go to this place with chairs, and I was like, thank goodness. So we sit there with chairs, start passing out water, and I was like, thank goodness, because I went a few hours without water. Well, not even a few hours, that whole morning I hadn't drank water. I was already getting like a headache and like a sore throat, and I was like, why am I feeling sick? And I had convinced myself that it was because I didn't sleep and because I didn't drink water. I still don't know what got me sick to this day, but I stayed sick for like a week. Then they told us, okay, they're gonna film it from a different angle. So we're gonna sit over here. It was like super far away from the camera. So the camera, like we weren't even in the camera. We were just sitting there and we were like, our back was toward the camera anyway. So I was just there, on TikTok for like an hour and a half while they were doing that whole thing. My friend got like a bag of snacks and I was like, where did you get these snacks? She's like, oh, they were handing them out. And earlier before the filming started, I went back for some snacks. They were all gone and I felt really bad. So they filmed that same scene from a different angle like 8 to 10 more times. And at this point I was like really bored, really tired. I was like, is this really what goes into just filming one scene? And then they're like, okay, we're gonna change locations, so we're going upstairs now. This girl was like, okay, you three come with me. And I was like, oh, there's a camera person gonna tell us to stand in front of the camera, and we did. You know how like when cameras like pan at a place and there's like people walking in front of the camera? I was one of those people. I don't know why. I was like fangirling to my friend. I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be on camera. But yeah, because their subject was an actor that was like farther away and they were like following that actor, and then they needed like people to walk in front of the camera, just to like make it look like there's like people there, because there wasn't like anyone like near the actor over there. There's like people in front of the camera. So yeah, they're like, okay, when the camera gets over here, it's when you guys start walking. My other friend, she was like first and I was like last, and I saw like her go through the camera screen and I was like, wow. But it's literally for like 0.3 seconds. This is the camera, this is her, like that. So yeah, we did that scene, and like that one wasn't as boring anymore because I actually like had to do something, and that was a time when I actually felt like a true actor, even though I wasn't even like acting at all. They're like, okay, go back to your position. Filmed it over and over again. After that, I think we filmed one more scene. It was in a different part. They had us two groups of people like walk, I don't know, just make it look natural, like us first and then them. I mean, we had no idea what was going on. Like with the scenes, the very first scene was the only scene that had like people talking, and I couldn't really hear what they were doing, but I could see what they were doing. I was like, I really wish I knew what was going on. Like just seeing these 30 seconds, like there's no context, like you can't even make out what's happening. So after that, they were like, okay, everyone, you can go back to holding. And then they're like, okay, you guys are like done. We got to that set like before 9 o'clock. We were leaving like 2 o'clock. So everyone goes downstairs, they get their stuff. Everyone has like their face shield. I mean, not everyone, because according to my friend, there was this person who like took face shields and I put mine in my prop, so I still had mine, but she didn't, and I felt so freaking bad. Even though it wasn't even far, they're like, you need a face shield to get on the bus. If you don't have a face shield, you're gonna have to walk. So a lot of people had to walk. We got off the bus and they're like, everyone, here's lunch, everyone get lunch and then you can leave. And I was starving. A lot of people didn't get lunch because they just wanted to leave and then go buy lunch, but it's free. Who wouldn't want free food? So I stood in the line. They didn't really have a lot of options. A lot of things had cheese, but when it was my turn, they had the styrofoam plate. This was totally my fault that I wasn't specific. The only vegan things were like toward up front. I was like asking what they had. They're like, okay, we have beans, rice, we have lasagna and vegetables, and like just stuff like that. And he kept on going on. It was like more of that. So I was like, okay, can I get some beans and some rice? He was giving me small quantities because there was more options left. Knew I should have said something in the moment. I was starving. And some vegetables, and that's it. He looked at me like, I'm literally gonna eat this small meal right now. And then on the inside, they had like bags of chips. They only had Lay's, so I got 2 things of Lay's to build up my calories. I don't know, I needed to get my calories somehow. We went to our original holding area and I was just like eating. I had texted Harvey. I was like, okay, you can come now, so he can have enough time to come. Well, I'm like one of the last ones in the holding area. I was like, oh, like I'm just waiting for my ride, I had no idea. I mean, I kind of did have an idea that you're supposed to check out. As soon as he tells me that he's here, I get up because I'm ready to go. I go to like the main lobby and there's this huge line to check out. Literally, even the people that didn't get food because they wanted to leave were in line. And I was like, oh my goodness, like they've been in line this whole time? To make the process faster or whatever, made us like all write our names. They needed to make sure that we had like all our paperwork done and stuff like that, and I was one of those people, so I got to leave. And yeah, basically my whole experience. I had another thing on this list that I needed to talk about is how much they pay. So the way they pay is by 8 hours, 8 or 12 hours, and it had it in the Facebook post, $88 for 8 hours plus overtime, and then you have 30 extra bucks for the COVID test. Oh yeah, I had to take a COVID test, and I wish it was like a direct deposit option, but there was no direct deposit option. I had to like put in my address, they send you a check. But yeah, that's how much they pay. And now things I wish I knew. Things I wish I knew is how long it would take and how boring it would be. I really wish that I had brought snacks with me, because you never know when you're gonna eat. You never know when they're gonna give you water. I'm so glad I brought my portable charger, because I charged my phone like twice. So yeah, that's all like the things that I can think of for talking right now. And I have no idea how long this video is. My throat is getting already sore. I need some water. Been talking for an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, if you stuck out to the end of this video, I really appreciate you, and I'm just gonna end it right here. I'm talking for so long, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.